Lindsay Ball.
Yep.
Ms. Ball's joining us by Zoom.
That's correct.
All right, so we're on the record in docket 23-03578. That is people of the state of Michigan versus people of the state of Michigan versus Lindsay Ball. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lawrence on behalf of Ms. Ball, who's joining us via Zoom.
And ma'am, you are Lindsay Ball, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you can hear me all right, Ms. Ball?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
I can, thank you. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Wilson, how we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. This was a case that was going to be a diversion down to a impeding traffic if there were no issues in the time between the last pretrial and this pretrial. It appears there have not been, so we are prepared to do an impeding traffic today.
All right, so we will. What was the initial? Was the
initial is an animal cruelty.
Animal cruelty. And so we'll amend the count 1 to the civil infraction of impeding traffic. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
Traffic. And that
I have a
is
question.
Sure, Ms. Ball. Don't talk about the case, just about the process.
Okay, I was just wondering what that exactly means, the impeding traffic.
It means that it's a civil infraction and it's punishable by
$130.
$130 fine.
Fines went up.
Okay.
So 135.
I think so. I'm checking.
We went up today $5, I think. But what it means is there's no misdemeanor or animal cruelty, misdemeanor of any kind. It's like a speeding ticket.
Okay, I was just wondering
And
what that entailed.
All right, and then Ms. Sutter would take responsibility on your behalf. You wouldn't have to say anything.
Okay, thank you. I was just wondering. I appreciate your help.
All right, 135. Okay. All right, and it comes with a $135 fine. All right, that's a fair statement, Ms. Wilson. It's an amended count ticket of civil infraction of impeding traffic with a $135 fine.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Ms. Sutter, that's your understanding?
It is, Your Honor, and I'll accept responsibility.
All right. So we're working from the same. This is for conduct on October 17th, 2023 in the area of South Washington in the city of Lansing, Ingham County. You'll take responsibility for your client impeding traffic on that day?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So we'll set it for a $135 fine based on the civil infraction. Does your client need some time to make that payment?
Yes, Your Honor, if you'd allow 45 days.
45 days. So that would be the middle of August sometime. All right, so we will set the payment to be paid by August 15th to the city of Lansing. Ms. Ball, that means you can set up your own plan. You should get with the criminal department of the city of Lansing. So you can pay whatever you want, but it must be all paid by August 15th. All right, ma'am?
Absolutely, not a problem. And if you could please keep my address confidential, I would really appreciate it. I wasn't sure if you were going to disclose that.
All right, yeah, that the address that we talked about just working was on Washington Avenue.
Okay, yep, that's fine. I just wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Anything else for the record in 23-03578, Ms. Wilson?
Not for the people, thank you.
Ms. Sutter?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, you're all set. Ms. Ball, thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too.
Yes.
Mr. Lavoy,
I guess he's out now, so.
is he at the funeral? That was not a convincing look, Miss. All right, so we're on the record in docket 24000790. That is the people of the state of Michigan versus Brandon Drum. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Al-Musawi.
Morning, Your Honor. My name is Sufana Al-Musali, requesting permission to practice under Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of APA Abigail Wilson on behalf of the people.
First of all, granted, and your appearance is set for the record, and you only have to make that motion once today. And then Ms. Sutter.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Drum, who's joining us via Zoom.
And sir, you are Brandon Drum, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you can hear me all right, Mr. Drum?
Yes.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for pretrial in the matter. Ms. Al-Musawi, how are we proceeding?
So, Your Honor, based on the details we have provided, we were looking for licensing for the dogs. We plan to dismiss the case as soon as it's provided.
All right, and so Ms. Sutter.
Thank you, Your Honor. That is correct. Given that I did speak with Mr. Drum, he's working on getting compliance with the license. It's a money issue for him. We'd be seeking an additional adjournment if the court's willing, hopefully to late July, early August.
All right, so this would be the final adjournment for compliance purposes, but we'll set it out for 4 to 6 weeks, Mr. Drum, and we'll adjourn for compliance. Make sure you keep in contact with your attorney, Ms. Sutter, or anybody from the public defender's office to advance any paperwork that the assistant prosecutor may need in the case. All right, sir?
Yep.
All right, and we'll set it for
July 29th at 9.
July 29th at 9 a.m. So you'll get notice sent to the last known that we have you at the Francis. Is that still a good address for you on Francis?
Yes.
All right, you'll get notice sent to there, and we've reset this for the final compliance measure for July 29th at 9 a.m. Anything else for the record in 24000790? Ms. Al-Musawi, add anything from the defense, Ms. Sutter?
Nothing further. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Drum, you're all set. Thank you for your appearance today.
Thank you.
Is Mr. Shively on the Polycom list for today?
I
That's-
believe he's in person today.
He's 50.
Oh, okay.
But
Is he, will he be downstairs by now? Okay, can we bring him
let's
up?
bring up Mr. Shively.
Okay, if we want to go on Mr. Ali in the interim.
Ali. And we have an interpreter for Mr. Ali.
Yes, Mr. So.
All right, Mr. Ali, you can come up here. Swear the interpreter in. All right, sir, could you, I'm going to give you an oath, but I'm going to first have you spell your first name and last name for the record.
First name Edward, Edward, last name Eid.
E-D-I-D.
Eid.
E-E-I-D.
Eid.
Just E-I-D. Okay, E-I-D. All right, so Edward Eid?
Eid.
Eid.
Eid. Oh, yeah, they're my cousins.
Okay. Eid. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will truly, accurately, and impartially interpret in the matter now before the court and not divulge confidential communications? So if you got under the penalty of perjury.
I do.
All right, thank you. All right, just let me know if I'm going too fast and then we can slow down. We're on the record in Ali Jami Zakaria Salim. I think that's Zakaria Sali Ali Jama. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Al-Musawi,
Sukaina Al-Musawi on behalf of the people.
Ms. Wicks.
Taylor Wicks, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Ali.
Okay, and sir, you are Jama Zakaria Salim Ali?
Yes.
All right. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Al-Musawi, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we provided an offer to the defense attorney. We wanted to see if the defendant would like to plead guilty to DV, and we have no objection to 769.48 if it's eligible.
Ms. Wicks, how are we proceeding today?
We would leave this matter set for final pretrial.
Okay, so we'll leave on for final pretrial and jury trial at this time. The final pretrial is set for
July 15th at 8:30.
July 15th at 8:30. And the jury trial set for
August 5th at 8.
August 5th at 8 o'clock. So I've set the final pretrial for July 15th at 8:30 and the jury trial set for August 5th at 8 o'clock. Mr. Ali, you'll receive notice for both of those dates from my court officer or for anybody who pulls notice for you. And we will see you on the, anything else for the record in docket 24011798, Miss from the people, Miss Al-Musawi.
Nothing for the people, Your Honor.
Miss Wicks.
No, thank you.
All right. We will see you on that final pretrial and jury trial date. Thank you for your appearance today.
And then while we're waiting for Mr. Charlie to come up, I'm just gonna pop out to Mr. Brewer.
Okay. All right, we're all set. Does he have any questions?
Okay, go ahead. Is there any way that we can cancel this and we do a recommendation and I settle with them?
Talk to Ms. Wicks about that. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your assistance today. Is Mr. Lavoy here in person too?
Find out. Find out if he appears.
Or and Mr. Shockley is
Mr.
here.
Shively is downstairs.
Your Honor, he's been sent for competency on the felony file, so.
I wrote you a note.
Yeah, he was found competent, but I don't
It's
know.
been refiled. A new petition has been filed Wednesday last week. I just found out.
On that circuit court case.
Yes. They were looking for mental health courts.
So is
and
he
then
here?
He's downstairs, according to the folks who know. Yeah, we were looking to mental health global resolution, and then I went to go get an update on that progress and found that a new petition for competency had been filed.
So somebody else had filed him already in circuit court.
Mr. Silverthorne has renewed the
Was
petition.
bound over to 30th. And that's on the same case that was bound over.
Correct, yes.
Let's put it all on the record and then because it's almost he's coming up on his year on the stalking case.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
and I don't let's look at it. I don't know what his bond is on the stalking case.
He's PR.
So if he's PR'd, we may want to give him a low bond just so he starts collecting all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's got, how many files does he have out?
I believe it's just the two, the misdemeanor here and the
This-
felony.
And
in
then the felony that
circuit.
was bound
And
over.
They're both related. They both involve all of the same parties. And the prosecutor's office keeps wanting to push this case out because they want to global with the felony. So they want the felony to resolve and then they'll dismiss this case, but they have to wait for something to actually happen in the felony case.
Yeah, well, let's address it. I get it. I just want to make sure
Yeah.
that we're all on the same page and that. And is Mr. Lavoy represented by your office?
He is by,
Kind of?
technically speaking, Taylor Wicks. I think we're waiting to see whether he's willing to have her represent him today. He in the past did not want Ms. Robinson to, but we do still have a valid appearance for him.
All right. All right. Yeah, I was wondering because I appointed Miss Robinson as backup standby counsel.
Right,
On that
yeah.
prelim. He might be at his sister's funeral.
It's entirely possible. Yeah, I think we were trying to figure out because
He might be.
doesn't appear as if he's in custody. He did appear quite distraught that he might miss that, so.
Yeah, he wanted, I know he wanted to go. Do we? I don't want to bench warn him today if I think he's a bond.
He's not on bond, so
What are those other files?
his phone files?
Yeah, I just want to see what date I wrote down for the funeral.
Oh, they're in the clerk's office, they haven't been processed out yet.
That's gonna. It'll make a difference.
I think we're ready on Revoler.
On Rebola?
Yep.
All right. Mario Rebola.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Bruin. How are you?
I'm well. I think I was talking about you to Judge Kelly Morton the other day.
Hopefully those were all good things.
They were fabulous things. And did you see she just got appointed to Eaton County Circuit Court?
I did not.
Yeah.
Very
I think it was
exciting.
like-
District to
It was
circuit
like
court.
late last week.
Was
Good
it?
for her.
I think it was recent, I
Okay.
think,
I missed
Good
it.
for
because we
her.
got a mass email about it late last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
I saw it on Facebook last night.
No.
That's kind of where I get my news, if I'm being honest.
No, that's good. That's good news. All right, we're on the record in 24-01390. That is People of the State of Michigan versus Mario Rebola. And I probably mispronounced that, so correct my pronunciation. Ms. Wilson, your appearance for the record.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Mr. Broden.
Thank you, Your Honor. Tiffany DeBruin on behalf of Mario Revelar. He is currently standing to my right at counsel.
And sir, you are Mario Rebola, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is the time set for a pretrial matter. Ms. Wilson, how are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. There is a plea negotiation in the work here that just needs like another week or so to get done. It's contingent on some anger management classes being completed. So I believe we're just gonna request another pretrial.
Okay, so adjourn for pretrial and negotiations to
Yes.
continue. That's a fair statement, Mr. Bruin.
It is, Judge. What I'll say is I don't know what the court schedule is. I'm available on the 23rd. However, that following week, August 30th, the 22nd. Yes, I'm available on the 22nd. However, that following week, the 29th, I will be on a ship in the middle of the ocean.
All right, so, and I will be out of state on the week before.
Okay.
So let's see what's available.
Did they just say 1 or 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Well, but we're looking past that now because
Well, 2 weeks would be 7/15, so
how does July 15th work for your schedule? Mr.
Actually,
Bruin?
that works for me.
All right,
9:30?
Yes.
July 15th at 9:30.
Didn't even have to go through all that stuff.
Yeah. So we will reschedule for July 15th at 9:30, sir. And you'll get notice from my court officer or from anybody who's willing to give you notice. You'll get notice right here today for that date for July 15th at 9:30. Anything else for the record on 24013990, Ms. Wilson?
After the people.
Mr. Bruin?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you. And you should get notice right there and we're all set. Yeah, that is good news
It is.
for going to circuit court for Ms. Morton.
Do you have a second? I have an intern here and I was hoping to.
Absolutely.
Real quick, if
Absolutely.
that's okay. I
Go
don't know
for it.
what.
Nope,
No,
we've
we've
got
got-
time.
Okay, good. This is Sydney.
Sydney and your last name?
Buck.
Buck?
Yes.
It's nice to meet you,
Nice to
Sydney
meet
Buck. You've got good guidance here.
Oh, I know.
I've been dragging her
Right?
all over the.
You're gonna see most of the lower M20 portion of the state, so, but it'll be good, it'll be a good experience.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We went over to see Judge Simmons. It's a shame because I had a trial with Judge Simmons in January. That was so entertaining. So entertaining. It's just so much fun. And I loved the prosecutor, and for the life of me, I can't think of her name. Paige.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Okay.
Just a very, very nice girl.
Good,
So
good.
it was a lot of fun. We just haven't had anything going to trial lately, so.
Well, that's good news. That's good news. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
means my clients are happy with the deals that they're
Right,
getting.
right. You're getting good
Yeah.
deals.
Yeah.
When you go to trial, not everybody's
Okay,
always
okay,
happy.
Yeah,
No, I
no,
know.
very
No,
true.
thank you.
Well, thank you for your time,
Thank
Judge.
you.
It was
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
So I was like, oh, nice to see you.
Talk to you soon.
Since December, okay, 5 times since December. And this is who we told, that's who we're talking. So what I need to do is fire him, and I need to fire you. And then I'm gonna start fresh, all right? No, that's what I need to do today, whatever I gotta do to get rid of you guys. And move forward. You know, because I was supposed to go to mental health court, I had a bill agreement. I've never even met you before. Every time, well, not one time. It's always been my name and that's it. You haven't talked to me. Don't sit here and lie to me. When have we ever had a conversation about my case? When? We haven't. Want you fired. I just fired you. Okay, so I'm good. Can I go now? Judge Flores.
Let's call the case.
Flores.
Yeah, let's call the case. All
Flores,
right.
you know how long I've been doing this stuff.
I do. I also know you've done a lot of this by Zoom and Miss Sutter's been here by Zoom, so I know
Right.
she's represented.
Okay, but that don't mean I talk to her other than on Zoom. I don't even know what's going on with my
Right.
cases
So
anymore.
let's see if we can work that out, okay?
They tell me to move it up to see Judge Aquilina, and I haven't even been able to see her
All
yet.
right, all right. So we're on the record in docket
You don't even talk to me.
2302026339.
I don't even know what the hell's going on.
So we're on the record in 23022639. That's people of the state of Michigan versus Ronald Shively. Ms. Wilson, your appearance for the record.
Whatever
Abigail
happened to
Wilson
kill
with the people.
agreement that, what it was supposed to be,
All right.
Mr. Shively.
So Ms. Wilson, go ahead.
go out of, throwing out.
Mr. Shively, we need to stop.
You never talk to me. I don't know what the
Mr.
hell's
Shively,
going on,
let's,
sir.
let's just have the appearances for the record first. All right,
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Ms. Sutter.
Assistant Public Defender Lauren Sutter on behalf of Mr. Shively, who is seated to my right.
And sir, you are Ronald Shively, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, thank you. This is the time set for a hearing today. One of the purposes we had this is, as Mr. Shively has indicated, this is getting a little long in the tooth. And so, but this is my understanding, and then you can tell me, we can all make a record so that it's all on the record. Because all this is being recorded for Mr. Shively's protection, most likely. This case, he was bound over on another case.
Yes.
Okay. That case is pending in circuit court. My understanding is a petition for mental health has been refiled in that case.
Yes, there was a competency petition.
There was a competency, there was a previous competency petition on that file, and then Mr. Shively was found competent.
Correct.
And then we went, and then it was refiled a second time just last week. Is that a fair statement?
I discovered that on Friday, yes.
Yeah, but he says,
Mr.
I'm talking right now. He says that I don't wanna, you're not my lawyer anymore.
Mr.
I
Shively,
fired you.
Mr. Shively.
He said he don't want me to go to mental health court. He wants me to get time served.
All right, all right,
What the fuck one is it?
all right, all right. So stand by. Okay, we're okay. All right,
And I'm trying to keep my cool today.
right. And
Why couldn't we did this on Zoom? Why'd you even get me out of jail?
because
You're fired.
Mr. Shively, let's have the.
What do you mean I can't fire you?
Mr. Sh-
You're not helping me. You haven't even talked to me one time.
Mr. Shively, Mr. Shively.
Yes, Mr. Flores.
Let's just
How's
calm
your day
down.
going anyway?
Okay, we're just gonna calm down, all right?
We're calm.
All right. Now, Miss Wilson, we are,
Been a freaking year in August.
I
I've been in
understand,
here.
I understand, all right? Ms. Wilson, it's my understanding we're adjourning this today.
Yes.
And my understanding is so that that the re-petition can be evaluated.
Yes.
What I do want to address is that we should address bond to make sure that all the time is collected.
Yes.
You know,
What do? Go act crazy? Go to comp hearing, act like I'm
no,
freaking
just
crazy?
act like yourself. Just act like
I
yourself.
passed it the first time. He come back and said she's really impressed with you.
Yeah, but those things change and they can change.
The reason
daily.
I skipped it from here to go up to mental health court with Judge Aquilina is because he's supposed to get me mental health court.
Right. But
And now when he wants to give it to me, he says, well, I think I can get the time
But
served.
they-
I don't even know what's going on with you,
Right.
sir.
I understand, but in order to protect
You keep
himself,
telling me, Mr. Chevy, like you've talked to me one other time. We've been doing this whole thing.
he's
I
got
don't
to
care if
protect.
I'm helping myself. I'm not hurting myself.
He's got to
That's all I'm
protect.
gonna do, just
he's
stay in
gotta-
jail longer?
He's got to protect himself. Okay, he's got to make
Who
sure.
does?
Mr. Silverthorne has to make sure.
Mr. Silverthorne ain't talked to me since December.
Right. Well, you've got to talk to.
He's fired
evaluation.
too.
All right.
So as soon as I can get around to both these guys,
All right.
do you put that on the
So
record?
let's set up. Yeah. Let's.
I
set
don't
up-
need her as a
I-
lawyer anymore.
I think
I
you've
just
made
fired
that. I think you've made that clear.
Okay,
Let's set a
take me
bond.
back to fucking jail. Let me
Right.
set
Does he
that.
not have a bond right now?
He's got a PR bond right
Does he
now.
really?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
What good's it do me? I can't go anywhere, right?
well, you want to make sure you're collecting time if you're in.
Well, I'm
So
not collecting time.
what?
Time served already, from
No,
what I
your
understand.
PR on this, you're not collecting any time on this. So let's
What
make
good
sure.
is that? I don't understand any of this.
But
Nobody's talked to me. I just.
you want to make sure you're collecting time on this.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thanks, Judge.
So let's do it.
You
Let's.
see how calm I was last time I was in here?
It's true. True.
Why didn't we just keep doing this
But
over the TV?
Because things change.
And she says she's talked to me about it.
Right.
She ain't never talked to her once about the
So
whole case.
let's do a $10,000 10% on
That's fine.
this. Okay.
Let's do $100,000.
Well, no,
I ain't getting out either way.
that's the point. That's the point. But so you're absolutely right. Let's set it so that we're collecting time on it, so we don't have to worry about it. We'll adjourn.
And
Did
stay.
you get the part where I don't need her help anymore?
Yes.
I'm on my own. I'll take my own chance.
I got that.
All right,
And same
good.
bond conditions apply as
Same
well.
bond
You're not
conditions.
my lawyer anymore. I don't need you.
Do you see
And
what working on your sit down?
and say same bond conditions apply. And we
I don't
will.
even talk to you. I don't even-
I've modified bond to 10,000 10%. And then we will await. on
So I
this
can get out
file.
for how much on this? Pay $1,000. I can get out on this, but I gotta stay on the other one?
But yeah, that's why we want to make sure you're collecting on this. You're collecting any time that you're incarcerated.
I think it should be time served already, don't you think, since last August?
You're not, you got a year on this.
Well, which is what, August of another
Yeah.
August? Why didn't they just tell me that? Let me serve my year and let me go.
I don't know. Okay. But that,
Whoever said anything about a year?
right. Well, it's a year, you're looking at a year on the misdemeanor.
Okay, so why
You
didn't they
might,
just tell
you'll
me
be
that?
looking more than a year on the felony.
Yeah, well, the felony's gonna be dropped.
Okay,
I
well,
mean, for one thing, it
All right.
shouldn't even be a felony.
all right. So
Don't
anything
want me
else
in
for the
jail.
record in 23?
They told me that I was gonna be in a year, I would have been
39
happy to
Miss
sit
Wilson.
here for a year.
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Sutter, anything
It's on my
else on
head.
the record?
I have nothing further. Thank you.
All right, you're all set, Mr. Shively. Get through your evaluation. We'll revisit this.
Another
Okay?
evaluation?
You've got one more
How
comment.
should I act in this one? Like I know what I'm doing? Or act
Any way you want.
stupid,
Act-
sentimental?
Act like yourself.
Do I want mental health court or don't I?
Right, just act like
Cause all
yourself.
that crazy Looney Tune shit, if I'm gonna, if it gets me out of here.
Just act, any way
You
you're
know, you want
comfortable.
me to
You're all
leave?
set.
Okay, let's go. Miss
Let's
Sutter.
go.
I got you this time, sir.
She was nice to me too, thank you. Y'all
Thank
have a
you.
good day. I'm
You're
not
all
even
set.
upset. She's fired though, right?
You
Now,
made
ask her
that, you
again?
made that clear. You
Yeah.
made that clear.
Why bother talking to me now?
Well, let's wait with the circuit court. Let's trigger it for ourselves for 30 days.
Or 30 review.
Yeah.
I just kind of lost track.
I can't get out.
No,
This
not if he's.
this is one of the
incompetent.
reasons why we don't have a hearing on this, but I think it was time to have a hearing on
Yeah.
this. Because we just have to everybody, so we made a record and,
Yes.
you know, So we're on the record in docket 22-03409. There's accompanying tickets, two accompanying tickets on this, 23-417-64522 and 23-417-64521. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Lavoie. Will the party please introduce themselves for the record? Ms. Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
Ms. Wicks.
Taylor Wicks, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Lavoie.
All right, this is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. I will indicate what the court's understanding is, and then we will go and let everyone make a record. We just saw Mr. Lavoie on Friday. Mr. Lavoie had just fired his counsel, Ms. Robinson, from the Public Defender's Office. And we proceeded on 2 preliminary examinations on him on 2 files. And I appointed Ms. Robinson as standby counsel just in case he had any questions. And actually, Mr. Lavoie was in reasonable form for representing himself. And we ended up calling witnesses on both files and then adjourning on both files for additional witnesses. At the time, Mr. Lavoie indicated that his plan was to get out so that he could go to his sister's funeral. And I denied bond. I denied any modification of bond on that. His bond was set on the 2 felony files at $6,000 cash surety. Now we're here Monday on these pre-trials, and over the weekend, Mr. Lavoie made $6,000 cash surety, which is somewhat of a surprise to me. However, so that's where we are. He is not here. This was scheduled for 9 o'clock. It is now 9:53. And Mr. Lavoie is not here. He's not incarcerated, as we initially thought. He is out, and he is not present. Ms. Wilson, you can make additional record, any additional record, and then Ms. Wicks.
Thank you, Your Honor. I understand that Mr. Lavoie represented that he had a funeral that he was going to attend this week. However, these files are old, and the reason that they're old is because he repeatedly has failed to appear on them. So I'd be requesting a bench warrant, bond forfeiture.
All right. I will indicate for the record, this is it looks like the original, this was two traffic violations, and then a dog licensing violation that he's failed to appear on all 3 of these on multiple occasions. Ms. Wicks.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I was unaware Mr. Lavoie was out of custody. I had spoken with what we had planned to do through Ms. Robinson with him on, I believe it was Thursday of last week. It may have been Wednesday. But he was fine with that plan. I was asking for an adjournment as these traffic tickets tie in directly to one of the felony files, and any admission on one of these traffic tickets could implicate the felony file. I do know he has a pending case out of Eaton County. I do not know if he was transferred to Eaton County. I have no good way of checking Eaton County incarceration status, but I do know he had, I believe Ms. Wilson told me, 2 R&O charges that he had yet to be arraigned on out of Eaton County. So I cannot say for certain that he is not in Eaton County, even if he has posted the bond here in Ingham County. And I did not get a chance to reach out to Mr. Lavoie. So I would be asking for a 48-hour hold to allow me time to see if he is in Eaton County and or get a hold of him.
Right. I'll say for the record, he has started a prelim on both of those were car cases, if I remember correctly.
It was an
There were
RNC
both stolen vehicle cases.
RNC motor vehicle and unlawful driving away.
Mr. Lavoie knows he's supposed to be here. He knows he's supposed to be back for his prelim. I do have various at 1, two. I don't count the arraignment. So 1, 2, 2 prior failed to appears on both of these files. And I think one of them we set it on October 3rd, we set for 48-hour hold. I'm not going to grant the 48-hour hold today based on we have to find Mr. Lavoie because we've already started the prelim on him on some level. And he not unlike Mr. Shively, he can be contentious on sometimes, and some dates he can be non-contentious at all. So I'm gonna issue a bench warrant. Bond forfeiture for his fail to appear today. And then we'll go from there. And we'll revisit Bond once we find him. He could be in Eaton County. I didn't even think about that. I mean, because he's got that case going on. I don't know when we set the prelim for.
July 11th.
July 11th. Well, we'll know by that date where he is, hopefully. All right. So I've issued a bench warrant bond forfeiture for fail to appear today. He did indicate he did want to go to his sister's funeral, but that was next week, I think.
I thought it
Or
was
this week. It's this week.
Tuesday. I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not
Right.
convinced there is a funeral, though, whatever.
Right. All right. Anything else for the record in 22-03-409, Miss Wilson?
Not for the people.
Miss Wicks?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you. So let's go forward. All right, so we're on the record in docket 24-01473. That is people of the state of Michigan versus Amanda Wallace. Will the parties please introduce themselves for the record? Miss Wilson.
Abigail Wilson for the people.
And ma'am, you are Amanda Wallace, is that correct?
Yes,
All right. And you are unrepresented by counsel today. Is that true?
yes.
Okay. This is the time set for a pretrial in the matter. Ms. Wilson, did you want some time to meet with Ms. Wallace on the dog at large? Or did you want, how do you want to proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I can offer that Ms. Wallace pleads to an impeding traffic and pays fines and costs.
So what that means, Ms. Wallace, is that the prosecution in the case has issued essentially what is a civil infraction, like a speeding ticket, okay? And so it comes with no jail time. It just comes with like a speeding ticket, a fines and costs, and I think impeding traffic is 135.
That's correct.
So that's the offer today. You'd be and you'd only be admitting responsibility to impeding traffic based on, and you and I would just talk through that, okay? That's
Misdemeanor charge.
no misdemeanor charge, no time, no probation, nothing along those lines. All those are available at the dog at large, but to the civil infraction of impeding traffic, it's like a speeding ticket, except without the points. Okay. So how do you want to proceed today, Ms. Wallace?
We can do that.
Okay. So we'll amend the tickets to add account 1 of impeding traffic. And that would be that'd be $135 fine, and I would give you some time to pay that to the city of Lansing.
Could I pay it today?
You could. And you're going to admit responsibility on your behalf. All you'll be saying is yes. Okay. We won't be going through advice of rights because it's like a civil infraction. It's a speeding ticket. Okay. So just so to make it clear, is that your understanding is a plea to count 1 of impeding traffic with $135 fine? It's a civil infraction. That's your understanding.
Yes.
And we'll amend that. And so there will be no misdemeanor or probation or anything along those lines.
Okay.
All right. This is for behavior and for just so we're working from the same time frame. It's for May 6th, 2024, and it involves a it looks like two dogs were at large, Shodai and Akita.
Oh, no, Shodai isn't Akita.
Okay, Shodai is an Akita.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, just so we're working for the same ticket, and that's for May 5th, 2024. Do you plead responsible for impeding traffic on that date?
Yes.
All right. With that understanding, we'll make 100, so responsibility is pled responsible by Ms. Wallace, the defendant, $135 fine. And I'm gonna give you, you said you can pay that today and that's fine. So, but I'm gonna give you to the end of the week, just for record keeping purposes, okay? So $135 fine. To be paid by July 5th at 4. Anytime up into that date, you can go to the window over here and make that payment, all right? That can be paid online, in person, or by phone. You've indicated you're gonna pay it today, so, but you have till the end of the week, all right? Anything else for the record in 24-01473, Ms. Wilson?
Nothing, people, thank you.
Ms. Wallace, do you have any questions of me?
I don't know.
All right, they'll have this file, it's all in there, so if you want to make the payment today, you can. You have till Friday at 4.
All right,
All
thank
right, you're all set. Thank you, ma'am.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.
If you walk through the traffic counter and get that to conference, we'll be at the desk. Thank you.
So my court officer will make sure they have the file at the counter. This is on Mr. Lavoy.
Yes. Did you do